What are some tips if you're still in school, you haven't graduated with your undergraduate degree yet? What are some things that might help you prepare for grad school while you're in your undergrad program?
Stay focused. Stay focused. Take it seriously. There's a reason why you're in school. If you're thinking about going to the next level, then there are certain habits that you will need to have at one level that will make you better at the next level. If you're not good at doing your assignments now and staying on top of things right now, then when you get to the graduate level, you will fall far, far behind. So please stay focused. Stay on top of things. Keep your GPA up. Take it seriously because this will make you a better student. If there's something that you don't know, ask. There are no dumb questions. The only dumb question is the one that's never asked. So ask as many questions as you want to know. And never be afraid to say, I don't know. That's the only way that you'll get better. One of my mentors told me about education, that education is the continuous discovery of how ignorant you are. The more you learn, the more you realize that you don't know. So always ask questions, always.
Wow, that's good. I would also recommend that you get to know a couple of your professors really well. You'll be asking professors to write reference letters or to complete reference forms. And if they don't know you very well, they don't really know what to put on there, they may fill out a reference form or kind of give a generic letter. But if they can say, I've spent time with this student both in the class and out of the class, or in the discussion, I always found this student to take an active role, but also be respectful of other people's ideas. When we really like getting those references that tell us the professor actually really knows the student and is recommending the student for graduate study from a place of knowledge, not just as a favor.
Right.
And the references are important as part of the admission process, but also part of the scholarship award process. So make sure you get to know some professors.
Then on top of that, it requires a lot of reading and a lot of writing. And it would be helpful if you're not a good writer now to take advantage of maybe a writing course or start getting used to writing, whether that be a part of a writing club or journaling or something like that starts to boost your skills. Like I said a minute ago, you have to take everything seriously and work harder at it, because when you move to the next level, it's not going to get easier at all. But you have to be ready for that. It's coming quickly.
Andrew keeps saying it's not going to get easier, and he's right, but it is doable.
It is doable.
It requires discipline, attention,
patience, long hours, humility. Yes, you have to realize that you don't know it all. Yeah.
Awesome.
Partially, I think I'm speaking from experience.
I love this guy. Yeah. He's a great student. Maybe the last thing. Time management.
Yeah. No procrastination. You got to do it.
Maybe a last thing to talk about here is what we call advanced standing. We are able to offer advanced standing for certain courses that you take in your undergraduate program. Advanced standing means that we can look at your transcript and say, this student appears to be advanced beyond somebody who has not had these courses. And some of the classes you've taken are in the neighborhood of some of the classes that we teach. And so we don't want you to have to take classes over if you already know the material.
Right.
And so with advanced standing, you'll actually meet, usually on the telephone, with a professor here who teaches a class in the area that you're looking at advanced standing for, and they'll give you an oral exam. It's not a final exam. They're not going to make sure you know everything you ever learned in the class. They'll probably want to know some of the textbooks that you use. They may want to see the syllabus from the class. They may want to ask you what are some of the big picture things that you learned in the class. And when you are granted advanced standing in a course, we actually remove a requirement from the degree. So if you're in the Master of Divinity program and it's 78 hours and you were granted advanced standing for a class, your degree becomes 75 hours. Another one, 72 hours. So you can remove up to 18 hours of requirements for the Master of Divinity and up to 12 hours of requirements for either the Master of Arts or the Master of Arts in Christian Ministry. So if you're in a Christian university, upper level Bible classes, upper level theology, church history, ministry, looking at those upper level classes, those are the kinds of things that you would want to apply for advanced standing for. And with those courses, just make sure that you keep up with it. Choose ones that you feel pretty good about. Okay, I learned this and I retained it. And so that you'll do well with that. Yes, yes. But even if you're not in a Christian college, you can take courses that you may gain advanced standing for. Again, depending on what program you're looking at. If you are taking history classes, if you can take classes in Greco-Roman civilization or ancient Near Eastern history or the history of religion in America, perhaps if you can take ethics classes or philosophy of religion or comparative world religions. I don't know if you think of anything else.
I can't. Those are some good starters for the history classes.
We've had some students who went to a state school who were able to take something like Bible as literature or study of early Palestinian literature, New Testament. So it just depends on what's available at your school. So those are some of the things, if you're still an undergraduate, that you can do to prepare for grad school. Do you have any other thoughts, Andrew? Any other tips that might be helpful?
I would say, though, at some points it sounds difficult, that it is still doable. And it is a very rewarding thing. As long as you continue to stay focused, stay disciplined, you can definitely achieve whatever goal you are wanting to through this. You can do some great things through.
Well, Andrew and I both here work in the admissions office, and so if you're thinking about grad school, you want to call and talk with us, we'll be glad to visit with you. I'll put the phone number in the Facebook post here. We'd be glad to visit with you. You can ask questions. If you go to our website, hst.edu, there is a chat feature where you can ask questions. It's just us here in the office that are answering the chat feature, so if nobody answers, put your email address and your name, maybe even a phone number if you want us to call you. We will get back to you. We'll get back with you. So we're here to help. And not just to help you with grad school, but here to encourage you if you're thinking about ministry, you're not sure it's right for you, we would be glad to visit with you about that too. We want to recruit, first of all, we want to recruit people to service in the kingdom of God, recruit people to ministry. And if HST is the right place for you, we'd love to recruit you to study with us. A key factor, Andrew, is that the quality of your classmates has a lot to do with the quality of your grad school experience.
Yes.
So we want great students so that the students we have a great classroom experience.
Yes. Definitely.
All right. Thanks a lot. God bless you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.